Yeah. uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of liters of grams, get your dose up, cut this up and post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk they can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm really lit for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that true serum hooked directly to your vein. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch it close up, close up, close up, now close up, grams of it, tune in, liters of it, close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters of pounds, get your dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up, dosed up,
Yeah. Hey, something about them effects, something about a microphone in front of me, man. I just love. But welcome back, y'all. This Monday, this dosed up. I'm Sharpshooter. We back at it with Lab. Dom in here, everything, a little shout out to you. So it's always good to see you. It's always good to make it through another week and weekend and come back and start this Monday off.
That's right.
I just realized that I'm starting the week off for y'all and for myself. That's
Right.
pretty damn dope. You know what I'm saying? This weekend I had the pleasure of doing music with my daughter. As I was saying, As I was saying, a while back on one of our episodes, I told you that she came through the studio and she was just chilling, just observing things. And then, you know, when she left, my friends was like, yeah, she looked like a little assassin over there or something. She all quiet. And, you know, I felt like she had it in her.
Right.
But, you know, she's so modest, humble, and shy. You know, she never shows it. So, like I said, I mean, I was just getting kind of upset or disappointed in having my friends come through, but not necessarily sharing the same passion I do with some of the music that I have. So, my daughter kind of like was asking me what was up, and I told her that, and she was like, "Okay, I got you."
Mm-hmm.
So you know that I got you. We don't throw those out there like that, you know, unless we really gonna make something happen. So, she said it.
Okay.
So next thing you know, I'm like, okay, here come the time, you know, wasn't no practicing going on and none of that, but hey, she got me. I said, I guess so. I picked her up, went through there, and next thing you know, when it was her turn, everything that I asked her to do, everything that I wanted her to do, everything she did more than what I needed. Put it like that.
Was it off the dome or did she wrote?
No. It was first, see, like, you know what I'm saying, this is my little apprentice.
Right.
So what it is it's a puzzle already set up for you. So you have to go in and say your part,
Okay.
like right behind me, and then they'll take my part off and keep her part.
Okay.
So that's what we worked on right there, and she nailed that.
Okay.
So basically, the words were already there. She just doubled it up. They snatched that off and kept her part.
Mm-hmm.
But her part sounds so good, and her voice sounds new, refreshing, and different.
Right.
That they were like, I need to change mine, like make my tempo or my pitch, my tone match hers.
Okay.
And so to me, like I like that. I
Yeah.
really wouldn't like that for another artist to outdo me like that. For my daughter to come in there and make me have to adjust. I'm like, yeah,
That's
yeah,
a plus,
yeah.
right?
Exactly.
That's a
yeah.
plus.
She got it, right?
Right.
And so now, you know, I can tell that she's proud that she knocked something out for me and pleased me.
Right.
And I could tell by her little text messages and stuff like, cool. I'm like, yeah, I want you to come through and I get this. Yeah, so she's like, she ready for the next one.
Okay. So you're excited about it.
Man, she just laid back. I don't
Okay.
think she's more of, I think she realized where this can go
Uh-huh.
and how I'm a veteran with it. So it's not like she she don't want to be surprised, I guess, until she find her voice. She's still trying to find her voice. We like, that shit is dope.
Okay.
And she's like, let me play around with it some, you know.
Okay.
And so I respect that, because to me it showed that she paying attention. And she kind of like me. When I do a song, I don't be all hyped about it. I want to do another one, and another one, and another one. So if that's how she's looking at it, I
you
get it.
you
Tip
good
off the
with
old
that?
block. Yeah. You know, I'm hyped and gassed up about it though, and I want to hear more. Like, that's my favorite song now.
Bruh, what's that?
Her song, the song she on with me, it's like, yeah, my new favorite song. We both on there.
Okay.
And it's funny because I got people that I've been doing music with when I first started out that's still around. And so they like, damn, bruh, you got your daughter on this thing with you now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, I've been knowing you that long, you know what I'm saying? And I see you can pass it along, and they ain't got a kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's like awesome to see this shit happen.
Right. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. Sound like a very productive weekend. Got to hang out with your daughter, do great creative things. So yeah, that's a plus. So what's on your mind today? What we gonna talk about today?
Well, you know, I got a friend of mine that was mentioning something about marriage, and I guess like the relationships and marriages and all that are trending because of social media. And it's like people aren't necessarily getting married like they used to, or value marriage, or treat it as sacred as it used to be. From what I'm seeing, I haven't been married before, so I'm going to be speaking on like a perspectives from the outside looking in.
Okay, well, I've been married before.
Okay, cool.
And I was married for 25 years.
Ooh, good. So I'm glad we talking about this. Gonna be good. But I've also talked to marriage counselors before.
Okay.
And every married man that I've asked if they had a chance to do it again, they'd be like they wouldn't get married. For some reason, they've said that.
I don't think I would either.
See, why do men who were married say that, or that are currently married? Why do they say they wouldn't do it again and they're married, or they weren't?
For me, it was it was the heartbreak that came with it after finding out everything I did. Find out it was just such it hurt me so bad that I don't think I want to feel that type of pain no more. And I think the only person that can cause that kind of pain is your wife or your children. Okay. So I just don't want to feel that type of pain. So I'm just not going to. I'm gonna eliminate that one because if you just whatever with somebody and you're not really, you committed, but a marriage is a whole nother set of commitment, a whole nother step of commitment. It's just like, it's you and that person against the world supposed to be. But when you find out it's not necessarily that way, it hurts your feelings. So that's why I wouldn't. I don't know why nobody else would, but I know that's why I would. So that sounds like you kind of protecting yourself a little bit. Yeah. So, well, me being that, like, I was like a hopeless romantic type of person. If I date and I'm serious about somebody, then it doesn't take a ring for me to be emotionally hurt. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. See, when you put that ring on, it's a lot that come with it now. So, and it's different things that you have to go through to get out of a relationship. Right. So it's almost like you're giving away a certain amount of freedom. Well, it's a let's just say it's a compromise on certain things, and the compromising on when you get married. Well, for me, the compromising is one of them things that you have to adjust to, especially if you've been single for a long time. Luckily, I wasn't really single that long before I got married. I got married pretty young. But like if you've been single and you 30 and you're trying to get married, it's gonna be a hard adjustment. Okay. Because the compromise is a very big thing. If you have never been married, now if you've been married before and you try to get married, then it probably won't be that big of an adjustment. But just out the gate trying to get married, and you have never been married before, and you're 30, 35 years old, it's going to be a hard adjustment. Well, like me, I'm always like, I'm a put myself in other people's shoes type of person. I'm more of a considerate person a lot of times when I'm dating. So it's easier for me, you know what I'm saying, to, I guess, get hurt. But I mean, I'm built for that, I would say, to a degree. And once again, like,
I guess I could say that yeah, it's comfortable because you can get hurt, but like you don't have to go to banks and withdraw this and that and change this and that. I don't have to move, or sell a car and stuff like that because my relationship didn't work.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think those things are minute though.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, those things they'll come eventually. That's not something you're gonna rush to do. But when you get married, to just to I don't necessarily think it's the vows. It's just the thought of.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The mental capacity to take over. That's why I say that hurt is a bigger hurt because you are compromising a lot of yourself for this relationship. Where if you're just in a relationship, it's just a relationship. Now you still can get hurt from that relationship, but when you cross that threshold in the marriage, it's just
But
the mental and the physical.
could it?
Thing. It takes up a lot of what you do.
So I'm like a money can't buy me love type of person anyway. But marriage is also kind of like a business transaction. Especially if you don't adhere to the vows.
Yeah. We would hope we would get married for love. Like I didn't have a business to transact with when I got married. I was only 17, 18. So what business did I have? I didn't have one. So, but I did get married because of I was having a child. So, and we have to take in the mental aspect of it, the past mental traumas maybe that go with it. Because I got married because I had children because I didn't know my father, so I wanted to make sure my children knew theirs. You get what I'm saying?
So, I mean, I used to be like that, married because you have a child, but I started realizing it's more important to be in my child's life happy and healthy without stress if I'm not compatible with the person that I had a child with.
I agree with
you. See
100%.
what I'm saying? So
I didn't learn that early on. See, you know it now, so that's great. And I think a lot of young men need to know that you don't have to be with the baby's mother to be a good father. You know what I'm saying? You it's just not. You don't have to do that. I didn't know that at the time, so I did what I knew, which was, I'm gonna be around. So this is what I'm gonna do to make sure I'm around. So, everybody's perspective is different, but I do agree with you that you don't have to be with your baby's mom in order to be a good father. You can be a good father regardless.
So I have this question, because I don't want to say I'm for sure about this one, but do you think that younger men are more afraid of commitment than older men would be, or wiser men that have been through it, or more experienced men? Or would you say that even more experienced men can still be afraid of commitment? Or we just ain't afraid of commitment? But I think, I ain't gonna necessarily say the word afraid, but we don't walk towards it as quickly as women do, as far as we're not emotionally triggered to want the commitment.
I don't even think women are that emotionally triggered no more to want commitment.
No more, but used to be. So that's definitely why we're talking about this thing.
I don't think that they are necessarily walking towards commitment like maybe they used to be in the past. Now, as far as older men and younger men, I think it depends on the man. Old or young, who wants to do that, because it just depends on, like I said, you have to think about those past experiences, the past traumas that they may have been through, the traumas that they're going through at that particular moment. All those things add up to what they want to do as far as relationships and commitment. You get what I'm saying? So I can't just say young guys will get married quicker than older guys, or older guys get married quicker than younger guys. I think it really depends on the guy.
You know what I find kind of interesting, and what really could be some of the reasons why men don't get married is a lot of the times the woman that man actually wants is either out of his league or already taken.
That's true.
And then he's considered to be that good man that the other women don't want. Overlook him because I guess he just nice or good, and
the nice guy always finishes last.
I don't understand, but I mean, and then like we were saying, why something almost has to be up if we're single.
Right.
So then now it's like, of course we will question, if you thinking something's up with us, then
right.
We sometimes have to be like, well, what's up with you?
Well, if
because
you don't want to commit to that particular woman, then something's got to be wrong with you.
And
not necessarily, it might be you. It might be your attitude. We sense energies and vibes just as well as the woman do. We have intuition too.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about that yesterday on the other podcast, that women don't think that we have intuition, that we know, like we feel vibes too. Like, and if your vibes is nasty, we're not gonna commit to you just because you got a nice shape and a cute face. Nobody cares about that.
And here's a situation that happens to some men too. All right, so they struggle. Let's say they struggle for a while to finally get a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then finally they do get one.
Mm-hmm.
When you finally get that one, 1,000 women come out the wood. It's like a contest to try to get your attention then. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, all of a sudden, you just like a magnet.
Nobody wants somebody who's not attracted to somebody else. Just remember that.
So
if you're alone, if you're not dating or anything, like you said, it goes back to the what's wrong with him. But as soon as you start dating, everybody gonna seem like they want you because you wish, like, what is she seeing that I didn't see? So
okay, well, all right. So now, which brings me to social media and the competition of things. Like a lot, like I see more people, have couple challenges and try to show off their marriages with the pajamas and all this other kind of stuff. But a lot of times when you do that, other people have access to your information,
right?
Access to your pictures. They can make the opinions and assumptions and say things, you know what I'm saying, that may rub you the wrong way. Also, like we just said, I mean, some people can out there be secretly wanting what you have.
Right.
Or it could be couples challenges that go wrong and you out there embarrassing yourself. A lot of times when people decide to put their couples up on there, they find out certain things about that person that they didn't want to find out.
Yeah. I think the couples challenges and stuff on social media is just for social media. I don't think people really in real life, at least I hope not, that they could be.
I mean, you got a lot of people now that start trying to travel. And I was going to bring that up as to why sometimes, people like that get up and go when I want to go, where I want to go, traveling type life that everybody's posting and things. And married couples can't necessarily do that all the time,
especially if they have kids.
Exactly. You see, that's not that, I guess, that entertaining or enticing to them. Right. Curiosity sometimes. I've been seeing a lot of that. Like people are just curious to see what your spouse look like or who you date. I mean, I ain't never been like that. I could care less about who you date.
Right.
But other people just be like, let me scroll through. Who is that?
Right.
Who's that right there?
Yeah, people are nosy. By this human nature to be nosy, and they want to see. They want to. Right now, people can find out as much about you as possible through the internet, because the world is flat now, so they can find out just about anything they want about you. I mean, everybody say they off the grid or they scrubbing down. It's not necessarily. I don't think it's possible anymore. It's just too much information out there about you, and too many different. You go get your license, that's out there. Your driver's license, that's out there. You go get a home permit. Anything you do is public information, especially when you get permits and building stuff like that. We watch these shows called Off the Grid. They think they're off the grid, but they're really not. They're probably not hooked to no electricity or water. But as far as just not being a person that people know and see, that's not possible.
Well, I mean, you always can just not show what you do. Right. Like, don't put a camera to what you have going on. It's a lot of years that went by that I don't have pics or pictures.
You don't even be on social media like that.
That's
really.
Exactly.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, it still doesn't mean I have less of a life.
Right.
That just means, if you put some things up there, it's a memory for you or a flashback. And even social media tries to discard it after a while. You'll see, hey, it's about to delete or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they did start that deletion, but Slick says people ask for your name and IG handle off the rip. So we talked about that last show, that people come up to you and say, well, what's your IG? You know what I'm saying? Don't even ask for your phone number no more.
Yep. Well, I mean, of course your relationship or marriage isn't gonna have any privacy if you post a lot. Right. Like, okay, so I can tell you this. Most people wouldn't know what my brother's marriage was like on Facebook because he doesn't even have a Facebook page.
Okay, right.
So right then and there, that's a little bit of peace he has.
Right.
A little bit of privacy that he has that and I kind of.
Is he on Instagram?
Of course he's on Instagram.
Okay.
But I mean, and he does post what he want to post, but that's because I mean I guess he likes that particular
Right.
social app better.
Well,
But
I'm more on Instagram than I am Facebook. I try to go back to Facebook, but I didn't get on social media until Instagram. I never was a Facebook person, so your brother may be that type of person. He never was on Facebook. I really don't know how to navigate that thing very well. So, but Instagram, I'm a pro at it.
see,
But that's when I got on social media.
I'm not a pro at either one of these, man. I
But
don't.
you need to be.
That's
You need
what
to get a
they
little
say,
bit more
man.
social, especially what you do on this podcast.
Yeah, but see, I'm social in person, man.
Right.
Like you can to reach someone and can be hands on to me a lot means more than sometimes this phone is a little bit impersonal. Like text messages can be misconstrued
That
and
is
confused.
very true. That is very
You
true.
could be trying to say something that you really mean and your battery just die on you. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? But in person, you there.
Yeah.
And then you get to see the person's, you get to feel that vibe. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Social with these apps, but like we're talking, can it actually help a marriage? Because we're talking about some of these things. Like I don't really see how it's helping. You see? What
I was
I'm
about to ask you now, do you really think that people are going to social media to try to help their marriage?
No.
Because if that's the case, I feel like the marriage is already done.
Doomed. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, well, some of them do though. Like some
Yeah.
of them be like, I wanted to show you. Oh, I remember when, and this wasn't necessarily marriage, but this was when like dudes would be like, look at what my baby mama doing with my baby.
Right.
Or, look at what he doing. And look at him.
Right.
And I'm like, look, man, nobody need to see all that.
Right.
About the most you should do is go to a counselor behind closed doors and try to resolve these
Try to
issues, or a
work those
therapist or
issues out.
something.
Right.
But social media ain't your therapist.
Yeah, I don't think if you go on social media to try to help your relationship in any type of way, you might well go ahead and close the book on that relationship because it's done.
Okay.
It's done.
So finances could be a reason why some marriages aren't working, and I say why now it's not necessarily the big thing to do. Nowadays it's so expensive, and just maintaining on your own takes a lot of time, a lot of money,
Right.
a lot of work,
Right.
and they're making it so it damn near takes two people.
Just to live a one person lifestyle.
And if the woman didn't want to commit to that, then let's say as a man, you're trying to make money for two people, you
Right.
might have to work longer.
Right.
Or you might be grumpier, be more stressed out. Be less accessible to the relationship because let's say the one job won't do it.
Yeah, I think finances. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I think finances is one of the main reasons a lot of marriages don't work. And it's not necessarily because the guy is working. To me, anyway, I don't think it's because the guy is working hard and trying to make it a successful and financially stable relationship. I think it's what you say. Like in my case, when I worked a lot, I worked a regular job. I worked a part-time job. So at one point, I had 3 jobs. But I had children and I was married, so I was trying to make sure the house was maintained. But I was gone a lot. I was gone during the week. Then on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, I was gone. So you start to separate a little bit, and I guess I started wondering, and well, what he looked like, what he doing, he at home, So things started to happen, but I think the finance part breaks up the marriage because of the distance. Once one of them starts working a little bit longer, and then sometimes the wife, men will date a woman who makes less than them, but I don't necessarily know if a woman will be with a man that makes less than her. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a strain on the relationship, especially if she's used to being independent and she's making $200,000 and you making $50,000. I don't know if she's necessarily gonna feel like she wants you or needs you to be in that relationship.
Honestly, I think the amount of money doesn't matter. It depends on the lifestyle and the character of the people that's in a relationship. So yeah, money gonna matter if you dealing with a woman that want to travel all the time and she want Louis Vuitton this and Gucci that and this and that. But if you dealing with someone that doesn't go for expensive clothing so you can budget to do something else,
Right.
or the one that makes you feel more comfortable because you have an option now to do it or not to do it.
Okay.
But I was going to touch on the finances, meaning like I was going to say sometimes people like are scared. Well, they're not scared. They don't even want to work a long-term job, right? So if they don't even want to commit to a job, they ain't even really thinking relationships either. Like, I think that's how marriages are taking hits too, because the new mentality now is you don't want to work something this damn near like all your life and retire and stuff like that.
Right.
Well, that's kind of like what a relationship is like. A marriage is like that.
Uh-huh.
Also they want the fast results. The jump from here to jump to there to there. Well, think about it. In a marriage, can you do that? Can I jump from job to job, and I'm trying to have a stable wife and mortgage and things like that?
No.
So all right. So I'm starting to look and see how there's pitfalls with the way that this society is going, where it ain't steering towards stability of a union.
I mean, the mindset now is like you said, I don't want to be in no job forever and then die broke. So, yeah, like the younger kids now, they'll quit a job and go work somewhere else just as quickly as, you know what I'm saying, as you flip a coin. They don't care. And I think that's good and bad in some aspects. I think it's good because you don't necessarily tie yourself down to one particular employer. You don't make them feel like you need them. It's like, I don't need you. Like, I can go work somewhere else. So I applaud them for that, because they learn differently. Whereas we were taught, and let me say me, because I'm a little older than you. I was taught that you go in a job and you work at that job for 30 years and you retire, you get a pension and you move and you live a comfortable life in your later years. But now these kids ain't going for that. This microwave society, if they're not happy in the job, for whatever reason the happiness occurs, they out of there, and I applaud them for it, because that's a lot of us should have did that.
I mean, I do, but it's what they do in the interim, or their mentality as a whole. Like, I get leaving a job, but what you got lined up after that, or why did you leave it? Did you just leave it because they tripping on you because you always late? Like, I'm serious. Like, folks will do that. Oh man, they started to trip on me. Like, they got a right to trip on you, motherfucker.
You're right.
But it's you mentioned like, okay, so it's trends also that go with this, like, or previous friends, shall I say? Sometimes that can break up a marriage.
Okay, well, explain to me that part.
All right. Well, so I have a friend. Like, let's just say, you know how women will they can have friends or exes, it could be their friends.
Okay.
Or male friends, right?
Uh-huh.
So now, do you want to go into a relationship with a woman that, let's just say, she got 4 or 5 male friends and they have been going out since before you?
No.
All right.
No.
So then you have that.
No.
I ain't even get into examples.
No.
So there you have it. All right. So now here's the thing though. So I had one lady tell me that when she met this guy, he was so serious, he went through her phone and was like, called all the male friends and was like, this ain't hitting no more. Right? Now, see, I wouldn't really do nothing like that.
Yeah. I would think that a grown woman would know that they have to respect boundaries, I would think, but who knows?
And you can do all that and it still ain't marriage, it still didn't last.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, you really just jumping the gun.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of times that's a deal breaker, man, depending on the men that's in the lady's life before they either get engaged or while they talking.
Right.
A lot of people just be like, hey man, it's gotta be blood. Your cousins, uncles, brothers, fathers, something like that. Everybody else got to go.
I'm not that deep with it, but I just don't think that exes and like your ex and you could be friends. Like, what kind of conversation are we having? What kind of conversation are we having? Because to me, it's gonna be like, you're a man, you know this. To me, it's gonna always be a little bit of sexual tension.
I mean, obviously that.
Right.
But my thing is, so here go the thing though. Like, so what you gonna do? Like, you gonna give up the person that you really, really like because she's still friends with somebody?
Yes.
Well, at least go ahead and do what you need to do before you do that.
If I get a vibe like, I don't know, and this just because I've been married before, but if I start getting vibes like they too close or whatever the case may be, whatever the vibe I may get, I'm not necessarily gonna jump the gun. I'm gonna start pulling away and watching a little bit more.
I'll say this: if it's a vibe, then that means it's in my head or it's in my conscious, and that
But your
means I ain't
conscious could
peace.
be
Yeah,
your
that's that. No,
intuition.
that. I'm saying, yeah, and that's messing with my peace. So I'm gonna let you have that.
Okay.
Cause I don't want voices in my head. I don't want all that. Hey man, she could be doing this. I need peace.
What's
in
she
my
doing
mind.
while I'm at work?
Yeah, but now, okay, so in-laws, not getting along with your in-laws can break up a marriage.
I had that problem.
Oh wow.
My in-laws when I was married, my ex-wife's mother was the bitch on wheels.
Oh man, not
Like
wheels.
she was the worst
on
person.
dubs.
She was the worst person ever. Like she just did not like me, and there was no reason why that could have been the case because she didn't even know me.
Oh wow, wow.
But she just did not like me. But then you trickle on into the other family members who were quote unquote church going, God fearing pastors and deacons of the church, and they didn't like me. It wasn't because they knew me; it's because me myself personally, I'm not finna join your church. I'm not finna be a part of this church stuff that y'all got because y'all evil. Why would I want to be a part of that church? So I was on the outside.
yeah.
I was on the fringes. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh,
I was doing what I wanted to do, and I tell them how I felt about things.
Okay.
But she was so ingrained with trying to be a part of that family that we would butt heads sometimes.
Wow. So future plans can sometimes ruin a marriage. Meaning, like, do they have kids or want kids? Somebody could want a kid, someone could have kids already and they not necessarily feeling that vibe or not necessarily a good parent material, and it break it up. Like the kids might not like the person, and that's a bad vibe.
Or they could already the woman could have the man could have kids already
Could be
and don't want no more kids. The woman can have kids already, don't want no more kids.
Hey, so
Now we fighting back and forth about who wants kids and who don't, and what we trying to do in the relationship
I'm gonna tell you
to have children.
what happened to me one time. So I had a friend that offered me a dog, and I didn't really want it, but I was just like, let me just see if the person I'm with want a dog.
Okay.
And so she was like, nah. I was like, okay, cool, right. This would have been a dog that we both could have had, been some protector, a manly type dog. So how about without even running it by me, she come home with a dog one day. You know what I'm saying? A little Taco Bell dog at that.
A little Taco
And
Bell
I'm like,
dog.
man, I
Right.
ain't even feeling this. And that necessarily didn't break up the relationship. But I can see now how, let's just say if there was already like a little bit of issues going on, that could be a deal breaker.
Right.
Because
I just got to touch on this.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that she didn't want a dog. She just didn't want the dog you brought.
no, at the time I guess she just didn't want a dog.
Okay.
I didn't even bring a dog.
Oh, okay.
I just
okay.
asked.
I thought you brought a dog.
But see, to make a move just because you want one for certain purposes and reasons, that's not cool. When I asked, I didn't even want it though. I just
Right.
wanted to see.
Right.
And so now I'm like, okay, good. In my mind, I'm like, good. We ain't never got to worry about a dog now.
Right.
And here we go with one. And and which, by the way, now somebody got to keep the dog when we want to go out of town.
Right.
Dog
right.
poop. Yo, Keto Taco Bell, I see that. So and then, dog pooping, motherfucker pooped in my shoe, man.
Oh, wow.
In my shoe, not hers now. He knew what he was doing.
Right,
Little
right.
bastard. So I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Come
right.
home. And that's the last thing a man want to do. Come home to a dog that don't like it.
Yeah.
A dog
that's
that's
a
barking
hard
at him.
And you
And
got to
then-
take care of this
And
dog.
you got to clean up them little pellets.
Right.
The little rabbit pellets he got going on, man. No, man. But I did it for the team, but I see.
Right.
Some things
So
like
do
that.
you think that like that part right there, like making the decision without you could have messed up that relationship?
Always just consider what someone has to go through, because see, look, that dog can bark at night, all in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Chew up your clothes.
Poop
You
in
can
your
lose
shoes.
poop in your shoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all these other little things that come with it. Maybe get into it with the neighbor's dog. Then you got to take it to the vet. All these other things that you have to do and deal with, She wouldn't have to, and it costs. It's just the little dogs be expensive,
Yeah, they do be expensive. Shots, food, grooming, all that stuff.
and they couldn't even protect me. That's the point.
It could bark and let you know somebody around.
Yeah, I mean, what good is that gonna do?
So you can get ready.
Yeah, on that side. Yeah, so load up, right?
Right.
So, past traumas, because you mentioned that too. They can rear their ugly heads later on in relationships.
Yeah, you know, I have people always on here say, you're not gonna carry no baggage from your old relationship over to your new. You always do. I don't think people realize that if they're not willing to do certain things because of something that happened in the past, that's baggage. I don't know what the definition of baggage could be. If in your past relationship, your husband or your wife didn't like this, and now your new relationship, you don't want to do it because they didn't like it. That's called baggage. I'm sorry. It just is. You can't say I don't carry baggage to my new relationship from my old. Yeah, you do.
What if it's okay? Hold on. I wouldn't necessarily say that's baggage if it's something that you don't want to do. It's like more of a caution, like you've learned.
Learning from old relationships is baggage.
I think baggage is carrying something with you that holds you down that you shouldn't be having with you. Okay, like or something that you can't get rid of from another relationship that you bring with you. Like, I'm not gonna say kids are baggage,
right?
But that's something that you can't get. You see what I'm saying? You bring from a relationship you can't get rid of. Let's say a bad habit.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
That you picked up because he smoked or she smoked, and you start doing it just to kind of, you know what I'm saying? They go outside and talk, so you go outside and talk. Then next thing you know, you smoke a cigarette.
Or like messy, junky person or something.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, cause I'm like, I really be trying to change after every relationship with me. You know what I'm saying? Like anything.
But do you apply what you learned from that last relationship to your new relationship? Like if certain things that you've learned or that you like, if anything, if you don't learn from those things, then what's the point? Because unless you know what you don't want or what you don't want to do, right?
What I do is this. Like I said before, whatever I was doing that I know didn't work, or I know, if you're doing something and a person didn't like it, 9 times out of 10 another person won't like it if they can find something negative with it.
Right.
Like I'm saying, I'm not talking about, oh man, she like when I brought flowers home. I mean, somebody else will. Nah, it's something like, let's just say if they ask you to do something and it take you a day to do it or an hour to do it or something like that. Now I just be like, okay, when somebody needs something, I just do it immediately or explain why I have to hold off.
Right.
Rather than just do it when I'm good and damn ready to do now.
Right.
Because sometimes even that'll piss a man off. You see what I'm saying? Or, it ain't always got to be the person that you with. So things like that I know that I can probably change, I will.
Okay.
Other than that, what I do is I actually look for signs of what I won't accept.
Okay.
And earlier in the relationship, so I don't have to go through that no more. But most of the time, I be tuning myself up.
Yeah, I get that. Me personally, since I was married for 25 years, I'm just not gonna compromise no more.
I mean,
if I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. If it don't feel right to me, I'm not gonna do it. It's just sorry, but that's just how it is. I'm not doing it.
And see, I'm learning that same life lesson, but through work.
Okay.
So not through a relationship. So I'll take that same mentality and put it in a relationship though. Like, if I don't want to do it, I'm just not doing it.
Right.
But I understand it's best to communicate these things.
Right.
I'm a better person that can communicate than I would be back in the day. Back in the day, I guess I would keep trying before I would just say something.
And that's the thing. That's your compromise.
Yeah.
See, back when I was married, I would just keep trying to do whatever I could do to try to make this person happy or compromise on my little stuff to make her happy. Like if she was working and she decided she came home and the manager didn't like her and she didn't want to work there anymore, I'm like, all right, you know what? Don't worry about it or whatever. We try to find something else. I don't want you stressed out. But the whole time I'm working 3 jobs, so I'm compromising on my you know, on what I got on my rest and stuff, so she can feel happy. And I'm just not doing that no more.
So, which basically seems to like what women have to understand is if a man gets married, he's damn near losing it all, everything from how they have it set up. Like, so who want to lose it all? We losing you, we losing the money, we losing the house, we losing the car, we losing our kids. How does that even seem fair? Or what is that? What is a goal in that?
Right.
That,
You're talking about when we get divorced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, who want to gamble with that?
Right.
And sometimes, and I'm not even trying to say all women, but some women be intentionally getting with a guy to get married and then divorce in the long run, or intentionally have kids with people.
Depending on the zeros in the account.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like, that shit was an equation for them.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to have a baby in 2 years. We'll be divorced by 5. I'll have the half of it by 7.
Right.
And, you know, because men ain't plotting like that. I yet to really see a man be like, you know what? I'm going to have a baby by her so I can be taken care of. Do that if you want to. Now, I have seen some men be like, damn, I have a baby with her. And that's because she look good. He don't really be serious about shit.
Slick say women lose a lot too.
Yeah, they do. A lot of emotions. But if you getting half or all, you ain't losing too much.
Right.
You losing him. He done lost his hairline.
Yeah.
And everything that went with
I
it.
think he loses that during the relationship.
Man, like,
he no ball during the relationship. He loses his hairline during the relationship, during the compromise phase.
Now when he get up out that thing, he can't get nothing now.
Right.
Now he definitely got to use his money to get a woman. And money don't buy love once again.
That hairline goes when he's compromising. Trust me, I know.
Oh,
I ain't balled for nothing.
Maybe I got out just in time, boy. Shit.
I ain't balled for nothing. I started losing my hair at 21.
Right, better go vegan or something, man, and get it back. But so that is something to think about, though. You know, because a lot of men are. Some of them could be struggling to get to where they want to now. Like, they understand all that they need to have to even get a person to want to be with them. And then next thing you know, that ain't good enough because you got to have more now because you got to take care of that person. So, I mean, like, you really feel like you want to start gambling at a certain age where it took you a certain amount of time, a certain amount of sacrifice. And next thing you know, now you got to give it all away.
Yeah, I think that the whole aspect of marriage, though, should be based on loving and building a future with someone, period. Be that financial or whatever it may be, but you should always love that person, to me. Mm-hmm. Because without love, you can't do nothing. I mean, the person gonna walk all over you if they don't love you back. But you need to establish that love thing, to me anyway, before you get married. And you definitely need to watch a person and see what type of person they are before you get married. Don't just jump into a marriage because that snapper hitting good.
But see, that's the thing. See, all right, so once again, like, I guess that's why the Bible was like, wait till you married before. So now you tied up into all of this before you tasted the snapper, so you say. But my thing is, I'm like this, man. It doesn't take a marriage for me to go hard for you. It don't take a ring for me to want to help support you and help you build.
Right.
Because that take time.
Right, and I agree.
And that take money and investing.
Right.
And so if I want to be with somebody, they're going to have my time. This is what we're going to do. We're trying to make each other better.
Right. I agree with you. I think once you're in a relationship with someone and you really love that person, you're still going to go out as hard. You're still going to go as hard as possible for them, depending on the type of person you are, because you do love them and you do want them to be happy as much as possible. And even though people say, you shouldn't let somebody else, control your happiness. It's not controlling their happiness. It's just adding on to the happiness that they already have. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're just trying to make things a little better, a little stressful, a little less stressful, and y'all build that stuff together as a unit.
So they say happy wife, happy life, huh? But my thing is, that's where I see a lot that baffles me, because I'm from the era where the man be trying to please his lady, like keep her happy, like
Right.
like I want you happy as fuck.
Right.
So I know I'm doing my job properly.
Right.
But these men be having these women stressed the fuck out. But they still be in a relationship. So I'm like, man, y'all like stress? Shit, like every day it's an argument or it's a problem going on, or he ain't mad, did this, or he took. Because the nice guys be boring, no drama, like no traumatic experience, no stress levels, no blood pressure going up. It's boring to them.
Yeah, I always say nice guys finish last. I think that for me, damn, I had it on tip of my tongue. I'm sorry. What did you just say about the?
We were talking about basically like how I was saying for some reason the stress, the triggering stuff they go for it,
right,
you know?
Right. I think that a lot of times when you have nice guys, they do come with no drama. When you're trying to make your wife happy and you want them to be happy, like that's what you were saying.
Yeah, happy.
You want them to be happy as fuck. I've learned, this is just me, that even I don't care what you do for a person, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. It's just human. They gonna do. You can make that lady as happy as hell, and she can go out and cheat with somebody that ain't got a job. You get what I'm saying? This is in my experiences, so I'm not saying that all women will do this, but this is it. Or you could try to be as happy as hell as this person and try to give them everything you can, and they go out and cheat with a nigga who.
But like I said, money
get high every
that's why
day.
I said.
So it's just like you trying to make that person happy. To me, is not if they're not gonna be happy regardless of just what you're doing every day. Going overboard for it won't make a difference.
So my thing would be then, what makes a woman happy?
Hopefully she make herself happy, and you just
hey, you would think that, right?
Right.
But no, because it seemed like a woman that want a relationship, but in her mind keep telling herself she don't, is bitter. And I don't be wanting to say that, but
or is it just that she's been through the relationship and she just don't necessarily want to. She's tiptoeing because she don't want to go through the same bullshit she went through previously.
Tiptoeing, I'll give respect, and not all women are bitter like with that. I'm saying it's just a few of them. It's like you know what you want, but you withholding it from yourself, and then you like it's so judgmental when you don't have to be.
Right.
And it's like sometimes I'm like, okay. It's like wanting a cookie, but you gonna be like, it's against my diet or something like that. But you always have a pack of cookies near you.
Right.
Like, eat one of them motherfuckers, damn, bro, and just run, go work out then or something. Or stop having it near you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and stop having the temptation
in
your area if you don't want to partake.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'm not preaching that, because, like, for a woman to say she don't need a man, I don't get it, because as a man, I'm never gonna say we don't need women. We need y'all.
I need one.
Thank you. Without y'all, hey man, look. If women were gonna be gone tomorrow, man, I'd take me with you after the show. This will be my last show.
Civilization gonna be gone.
Yep, cause I don't want to be here without y'all. So with that being said, I don't understand how we could be so bad in relationship and marriages and just period, where y'all can be like, we don't need y'all.
Yeah.
You know.
I predicate a lot of that stuff on social media. Unfortunately, the advent of social media has done a lot to destroy a lot of relationships, be it friendships, marriages, just boyfriend, girlfriend, man, woman, child. It has done a lot to destroy a lot of that aspect of relationships, because everybody wants to be a professional guru on it, but nobody knows anything. We're like doctors. We're just practicing. Like what I'm saying, we're practicing at this, and we take a little bit, we give a little bit away, we add a little bit, we take a little bit out. We just trying to figure out the right formula for us as individuals and as a couple to move forward. And you and your mate gonna have to find out your formula to make you guys move forward.
I think the problem is we're starting to over sexualize things too much.
Oh yeah, you know.
Everything is too much sex on the plate and on the brain and on the mind to have healthy relationships when somebody gonna be naked over here, sex on the radio, sex in the sex everywhere, like on TV, in the news tabloids. All right, which will start bringing me to the entertainment.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Sex is a very important part of a relationship. Bro. Sorry.
it is, but okay, it can also damage a relationship. Too much of it.
Lack
of, too much.
Okay.
Wanting to add somebody to it.
Yeah.
Cheating on somebody.
Yeah.
Looking at somebody.
All
Being
of those.
tempted. Work husbands. Work wives. All this other kind of crazy
Oh,
shit.
I don't
See
do
what
the
I'm
work saying?
saying?
husband shit.
I don't either, but it's sex.
He is not
mean,
your work husband.
hell no, it
He
ain't,
got to put
but-
up with your ass after work.
But see that's how they start categorizing things in this new age society.
Right.
I ain't never heard or seen of such. But all right, so the entertainment that we look at, man, like if it's movies that promote it, okay, so or TV series. I remember we went from like let's just say the Cosby Show to Living Single.
Uh-huh.
So it's promoting marriage to promoting the single life.
Right.
Then you start looking at the movies like that, the Waiting to Exhale movies,
Uh-huh.
and then the Tyler Perry movies and stuff.
Right, right.
So I mean, some of these movies be putting that promiscuity out there, and
Well, now you don't even have to look at movies. You can pretty much just go on Instagram, go to the Explore page, and see all the naked butt and titties you want to see. You ain't got to worry about that. And some men put a towel in front of them and shake their thing on the counter. So sex is just out there now. It's not a, well, how do you put it? It's not a thing to work towards. It's not a prize anymore. It just is.
oh wow, man. Well,
It
see,
just is.
See, now it's like we like cars with no value. Then, I mean, my thing is, it's like it's supposed to mean something. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Or be special. Like I don't want nothing that's been ran through and used, like and tossed to the
Mileage.
side. Yeah, like I wouldn't have bought my car if they was like, well, you know what, sir, man, people have had sex all in your car. Your car's been in the shootout. Your car has 600,000 miles on it. We took the engine out, then put it back in. Your tires done been popped a few times, then put back on. Hell, your windshield wiper fell off for a year. Then we just glued one back on. You're not gonna want that car.
Right.
So it's like, damn, man, like who gonna want a woman, you know what I'm saying, that's done had 30 babies and 15 baby daddies, but who want a man that's got the
Same thing.
You see what I'm
men
saying?
can be
Yeah.
ran through too now. They can have
Exactly.
high mileage
They
too.
call them the community.
But you know, nowadays people want to have sex with you first before they commit with you because they want to know if the sex gonna be good during the relationship.
Well, see, that's the difference between sex and love,
Right. Slick says.
or intimacy. And it ain't even really intimacy no more. It's just pound town.
Pound town.
And
Take
then
the
we
pound
done with it.
town.
But see, if you value who you're around and value who you with,
Right.
you gonna make better decisions than that. You know,
For y'all as a band, group, or duo, right?
what now?
Y'all, you're gonna make better decisions for you all as
Yeah.
a band, group, or duo. Meaning the
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah. But see, we talking about marriage and I'm single.
Right.
So I mean,
But you want to be married someday, right? Do you or don't you? While we having this conversation about marriage, and men, younger men want to be married, older men want to be. You are
it sounds great.
in the middle. I don't know
It
how
sounds
old you
like
are
a
exactly,
unicorn
but
I
do you
want
want
to
to be married.
It sounds like a unicorn I want to catch and ride. Yeah.
So you
Marriage.
think you want to try it? You want to try to
It
ride
sound
out,
like
but you want to be able to get off. It's
it
not.
sound like Sasquatch. If I can find it, I will.
Slick says, as far as the work husband, he just takes care of you at work. Now
Oh no. Ain't no just taking care of you at no work, nothing.
Right. Slick said, now people gotta know that TV is just TV. Men are whores too, but women won't really count bodies like men do.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to touch on something that LaTanya said on my Facebook. She said that she believes once a woman feels like she's chosen the wrong in the past, then if she's wise, she'll take the time to heal and get herself together mentally before jumping back out there. That goes with a lot of women that are, I say a little bit older. The younger women, they don't be healing and they go right on back out there. So
So they not healing at all.
No, but I agree with you. That makes more sense to do that. And some still heal, but we so bad out there. We, ain't so much of us to choose from that we'll break that scab right back open quickly. And I'm gonna be honest with you, cause I got some friends that are females and they in relationships, and I just be sitting back like, buddy gonna fuck up again. Watch. Sometimes I can predict it. I'd be like, give him about 2 months. But every 5 months, he's gonna do something fucking catastrophic.
2 months, 60 days.
I'm trying to tell you, and it be right.
But let me ask you a question:
Uh-huh.
Is that the man's fault, or is that the type that they choose? Because let's
both.
get into that type thing
It's
now.
both.
Like
It's
if
both.
it's her type, and she keeps having the same outcome from her type,
It's both.
she might need to change her type.
It's both. It's both, because look at it like this. All right, I know I'm a certain type, so it's up to me. Like, if someone want to be with me and I start giving them my time and attention, and we quote unquote in love or whatever, or let's say definitely if you're gonna be married to him, now it's my responsibility. I gotta change it some if I'm hurting her. If my type is hurting her and I love her, I'm gonna change it. Now, I can't just be like, well, you knew what it was when you chose me, because
Yeah, you can. A lot of people do that.
But you don't get married and do that shit.
A lot
Stay
of people
single
do that. You
or
know what it
stay
was
not married
when you met
and
me.
do that. Man,
You know it's true. You know they
as
say
a
that.
man, I gotta grow up.
Yeah, but you know it's said.
So
Women
here's
and
the
men
thing.
say it.
All right, here's the thing. This is what I will say, and this is tried and true. All right. So I can say you knew what it was when you met me, right?
Right.
Right. But didn't we say as men we want our women happy as fuck, right?
Right.
So you don't want to hurt your woman, right? So what is it that I'm doing that's hurting her that she knew what it was when I met me? I got to be able to change it at some point if I'm hurt, because I don't want my lady hurt.
Right.
So depending on what it is, you said you got to compromise. I'll compromise. Let's just say if it was staying out late, because I know that was a pet peeve of one of mine. I'll change a little bit of that. Yeah, I'll come home first, then go back out late. You know what I'm saying? No, but no. I'm gonna do what it takes. Those are things that ain't physically, you know what I'm saying, so physical. But I can change that easily.
Right. Yeah, but a lot of times us as men and women too. Let's say this. We don't know necessarily what it is that we're doing.
Yeah. Now that's where the communication come in. That's why I said. Remember, I was like, at first I keep trying and trying.
Right.
Now, I'm a talk. I'm a ask. Hey, before I just make this move, because I might actually have to go that route.
Right.
So what you need me to do to make this right?
Right.
Because it's funny. Some women will let you do the wrong thing so many times rather than stop you.
And that may be because they want to do some wrong things on their own.
Well, what I don't understand is how men get so much rope.
Because they want us to hang ourselves.
But we done did that numerous times. They done cut the rope off and gave us a new one, and we still hanging ourselves.
We are creatures of habit.
I guess they like that.
Slick says, but she still know who you are, and you know who she is.
Oh, Slick. Okay. Give me about 3 seconds to think real quick. Bet. Because you're absolutely right with that. And I know someone that fits that. But see, knowing who someone is, Slick, don't mean to keep accepting being hurt. Like, I got a friend. Yes, he know who he is. And he know who. But just because of that means, why hurt the person? Don't mean keep doing it if you know who the person is. They be so willing to accept it because of that same phrase. Well, I know him.
Right. Okay.
Well, get to know somebody else. Shit. Get to know somebody that won't hurt you. That
won't
won't drag you through that. Exactly.
Right.
But I guess it took a lot of time and emotions to get to know him like that.
Right.
And they don't want to give that up. That's an investment. But see, I can't put a lot of time and invest in somebody that's going to keep hurting me. That don't make no sense.
I always say in a relationship, this is my new term. If it don't make me happy, I'm not doing it.
And that's what I'm saying now too. And I had to do that for helping people too. Right. I was like, man, if if I gotta be hurt to help you,
Right.
I'm done.
Right.
If I gotta argue to help you, I'm
I'm
done.
done.
If it takes stress to help,
Mhm.
because in the end of help is supposed to be happiness.
Mhm.
So we gotta stress through it. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
And so like,
I think a lot of people need to take that attitude regardless because,
yeah,
you know, people going to be people.
Mhm.
They going to do what makes them happy.
yeah,
Regardless if it makes you sad or not.
yeah.
So we got to take on the attitude that we got to do it. And it may butt heads, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you want to do what makes you happy all the time, but don't want me to do what makes me happy, then we don't need to be together.
So the deal breaker for me was just cheating on me. Like I don't.
That's
want,
always a deal breaker.
And so like I don't want if I'm with you and you go with someone else, stay over there in that section.
Mhm.
Just be with buddy. Like I mean, ain't no I'm too old to trip over it now. I'm just gonna be like, can you politely get your things and it's
Right.
done.
Right.
And it's because like shit, I'm feeling like if you want to invest your emotions, your feeling, and your time with that, then go for it, but don't bring it to me.
Right.
Now, I'm
You
the
know how
type
much disrespect it has to take for them to cheat on you? Like that's being real disrespectful. I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you
Mhm.
doing everything you can as the man or the woman,
yeah.
I mean, you doing everything. Like you trying your best to make this person happy, and they choose to cheat on you with some no nothing ass motherfucker. Like
So and that, like I say, you know, I never cheated in my relationships. I guess, but I will say that that's what's kind of hardening me now. Like you can be that man, do what you need to do, and it still don't work out, or you could get cheated on when you don't cheat on nobody,
right,
and it's like, man, but that still don't mean I'm gonna do somebody wrong.
right,
But now it's like, I don't really trust folks. It just has to be earned.
earned, right. You don't give it out willfully. Slick says no one is perfect, so if you, I guess, we fucked up, we love you enough to get over it, but if you can't stop, you will see when she's done, and there's no get back.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's that no going back, that point of no return when a woman's fed up type thing. Yeah. But Slick, you guys tend to lose damn near part of your life just to get fed up. Just like how Lab was saying in the marriage, some of that hairline went.
Right.
Some of y'all soul be gone when y'all realize, damn, I finally got to get this dude up. And when another dude gets you, it take a lot to repair that big ass gashing hole,
Right.
because you finally got fed up after I don't know how much cheating or how much beating, how much drug through there. It took its toll on you. So yeah, I see. Yeah, you finally gave it up, but you know, it's like winning the war.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to. You don't want to go through the war, but you won, Slick.
Right. This says emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating to her.
Damn. Hey, explain that to me, Slick, real quick. What's an emotional cheating? And we'll talk a little bit while you probably give us an answer to that.
I can tell you what emotional cheating.
Yeah, what's emotional cheating? Because I know what physical cheating is.
Emotional cheating is telling people about things maybe at the house or how you feeling. Like, man, I know I married her, but she get on my nerves, or just like pillow
talking
talk.
bad about her or something,
just
or
pillow talk.
putting her business in the street.
Yeah, talking to them.
No
all the
longer
time.
encouraging her.
Tell them you love them and all the things that comes with emotions. But you're giving it to the other person.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's still physical too.
You think so?
Man, a woman, you crushed her once you just with another one. It's over. It's a wrap. Like you have
Crush men more. I think you crush men more though. If a man knows that his woman has had sex with someone else while they were together, he is crushed more. You know why? I'm gonna give you the reason why. Because men are visual. We gonna visualize that thing.
So does the woman. The woman want to see what she look like. Who did you cheat with? Like you don't. The last thing you want to do is cheat on your woman and get caught. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Cause my thing is, what if a man fuck around and be like, oh okay, and he accept it,
But I think
and he get over it. You a dangerous man if you don't give a damn if your woman out there sleeping.
I think it's more not that we want to see who it is that you cheated with.
Oh, wow.
We visualizing in our head what you were doing with that person, and it may have not been but 5 minutes, but to us,
Familiarity. I'm reading some comments on my that don't get it for me. And okay, so Anissa said that like men stay too. They've been cheated on, and I ain't. No, hey, you can have it
Right.
because I'm not competitive. I just want what's mine. Like there's certain things that bring value to you, make you feel cherished and special. Like I don't know, maybe your first car that you had, or certain pair of shoes, and whatever. You got a certain dog that you have, breed a dog that was just, and you don't want nobody fucking with it, messing it up, breeding with it or nothing, So with me, I just like my relationships got to be for me.
right,
And that's just one thing that have. And if someone else can have you, great. Be happy with that.
right,
Go with that guy. You don't need me. You need
right.
him.
You need him.
I'm not gonna be jealous. I'm not gonna be competing. I'm gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna kill nobody over it. I ain't fighting over it.
Right,
See,
right,
if you want someone to fight over you, I shouldn't have to.
right,
Because you don't want no one cheating on you. So what are we fighting over?
right. I should have already proved myself in the relationship
Exactly.
from the from as long as we've been together, right?
Exactly. And see, here's the thing. I look at it like, if you cheated on me once, you'll cheat on me again.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, the
Yeah.
audacity to do it, I'm good.
That part right there is always the hardest to get over.
Yeah.
Because you expecting it.
Yeah. Well, no, here's the thing. My thing would be like, whatever was good enough to make you be with him, stay with him.
Right.
Because you don't get to pick a side. You ain't jumping, oh, I'm going to be over here one day, and then jump back. Because
Right.
see, if you will allow it, then they may be like, they see somebody else, oh, he remind me of the last person that cheated on them with.
Right.
And sneak on over there. Man.
Yeah, I get
Nobody
what you're
got time for all that shit, man.
All that extra.
And I understand how a woman feel like you sitting here laying in the bed with somebody that his crazy ass will go out there and do it with someone else. You can't trust that dude
Yeah.
because he'll do the same damn thing with someone else. But then, no, what's worse, he ain't even spending the night with her. He's spending the night with you.
He just sleeping with her.
So
have sex with her real
that's
quick.
even more betrayal.
Yeah.
Because it's like you coming back home playing a character. So it's almost like the woman, you don't even really know who you with. Because
Right.
who you with ain't supposed to be going out there and doing that. The lady that you slept with don't know you, obviously.
Right.
Because you're not over there with her at night.
At night.
But the one you with, you see what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't do her like that. That's
Yeah,
why
but
I be
women do
like,
men like that too. So it's like, and I'm not saying it's a tit for tat, but women will go out and say they out with the girls or whatever the case may be, and be getting they back broke, and then come home to you and act like ain't nothing happened.
but
Trust
see,
me, I'm talking from experience.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. Well, see, now here's the thing. All right, so now, and I'm looking at my comments too. Value. See, remember when we started all this dope stuff off, and I was like, you got to have characters, morals, and value.
Right, right,
All right, so like if you know what your value is, then really your value ain't even in sex.
right.
So now you know a woman ain't really gonna knock you off your pedestal when you have the woman that you want, because you value her and you value yourself. So now what y'all gonna do is plan things together. Y'all gonna look at that woman that wants you and laugh at her,
Right.
or that dude that tried to break up your bond and be like, look at this dude, think he got something. That's funny. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? But like it used to be a time where you could be so confident in your woman that a celebrity couldn't even take her from you because of value.
Them times.
Shit, them times, man, exactly. They value that dollar now. That'd be go get a value meal.
Are non-existent.
Hey man, because of money.
Right. Right.
But I mean, you be surprised though. You be surprised. You never know. Sometimes you come across somebody, you come across that right one, and ain't nothing gonna make shit change. Because it'll be the type of love that they have, like the love that you have for your child. You see what I'm saying? It's just equated for another person. Man, I be going hard for people, bruh, but they don't go hard for me, so I ain't marrying nobody that ain't finna match my energy, man. You know what I'm saying?
You have to change that energy. You have to I've learned this recently. Like when this radio station, we go hard for people. We try to help nonprofits and stuff like that. We try to help folks. Like I really do be trying my best to help folks. But I noticed that the help is not necessarily reciprocated.
It never is.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not reciprocated towards me or towards Misfits Radio on TV. So why are we gonna keep doing it?
My thing though is that so like for the woman that want that man to go hard for them, the woman that say they want them a husband, the woman that say their husband got to do this and this and that. Sometimes it is like, what are you doing for him then, right? Because damn, we doing all this, and if it don't work, we really lost a lot. Like I said. So and then it shows once again, like I say, that a man got some concern or some love or something special about you if that's what they doing, especially if he's willing to be loyal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a faithful dude, according to most folks, is hard to come by.
That's true.
So now,
but as a faithful woman, it's hard to come back to now.
Damn, man. I gotta start wrapping my head around that. Because I be thinking women be the ones that be getting broke down now. I guess they be breaking dudes down too now.
Man, please don't.
I ain't naive no more now, man.
Hey, don't.
So what? I gotta go back to the young me. I gotta go back to trying to date multiple women and not give a shit no more.
Hey, women say they gonna date multiple until they find the right one, then settle down with that one. It's called dating, right?
Man.
It ain't called commitment. It's called dating.
It's not called committing.
Right. So you gotta swim through that pool until you find the right person.
You know that pool got a lot of sharks in it nowadays and piranhas.
That's true.
Piranhas.
That's true. So you
gotta
navigate them waters cautiously.
Man, I'm trying to fish. I just throw some out there. Swimming in the water, you know, you ain't trying to get too wet.
Right.
You know.
So they say, what hurts more? What hurts more? Cheating hurts more to me, because you actually had to talk to this person, come together, get together on things, and decide that then it got to a point to where y'all decide that y'all wanted to connect sexually.
Yeah, I'd rather be dumped than cheated on.
Yeah, I'd rather be dumped. Just
dump me. Yeah, just dump me. Dump Shawty over here, man. You
yeah.
cheated on, you just feel like a loser. You be wanting to run to your car like on Friday, like, man, hell no. I gotta hold up. I gotta get a realignment now. I done just got cheated on. You don't even know what it was. You
right,
be like,
right.
Damn. You gotta sit, man. This shit make you not even want to eat for a second for a while. You be like, man.
And then you be like, this nigga done been all up in my woman guts.
You just be like, man, yeah. And then she came home to me.
You're right. And then she probably, I done kissed her, and he probably had his thing out on her mouth and everything. Because that's how we think.
I just be thinking like, of course she gonna go back. So I might as well let her go. That's how I be like, yeah, she for the streets now, man. Damn. You go home and take a shower, be balled up.
Right.
You might put on a R. Kelly song or something, or a love song. Yeah. Then you snap out of it. I take a shot or two, and then it's like, okay, now she done. Oh, it's the beast. Is back out now.
Right.
So, oh man, you know, I don't want to be that guy no more, Lab. I tried to get the beast off of me.
You have to put some kind of armor around you nowadays, because you don't want to be prey. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be prey to the sharks and piranhas. You have to figure out a way to camouflage yourself in a way that you won't be taken advantage of. And unfortunately, a lot of times that's the culture you live in. You know, like I mean,
man, look. Well, I'll say this. The young women be preying on me, man. Like,
right.
I'm just shark meat. But, you know, the women with a little bit more season and wisdom to their game, they're trying to get a beached whale. They trying to get me out of the water, you know?
Right.
And be like, let's see what you about, man. But you know, I'm kind of interested. So, but you know, I just have to be patient and see where it goes.
What's the other part? So you say what hurts more? I just said cheating hurts more.
Cheating, really.
What's the other part? It was a two-part question. What's the
other part
of the question?
We can't get past the cheating part. The other part that don't hurt at all.
We blinded by the
cheating. We
said
you could dump us. I mean, you know, we done been insulted before. You know, hey man, I done had my clothes bleached and cut up.
And she's talking about emotional. I think emotional and physical kind of coincides because you do have to talk to this person. You do have to build some kind of relationship with the person to decide that you want to cheat with them. You get what I'm saying? So some kind of communication and conversation has to go on in order to decide. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna take a chance on my relationship at home to give this person an opportunity to get my goodies.
Well, once again, I mean, you got nowadays people out there that's damn near trying that polygamy type relationship. So, I don't have an open mind when it comes to that. Like I said, one at a time. I do have that armor that you're talking about. And I'm thinking what I don't want is my armor to be that obstacle that hinders me.
Yeah, but if a person, an obstacle can't. I mean, armor can't be an obstacle.
You know, because it's just a lot like when you hold yourself of some importance and that you have a purpose and important things to do. Sometimes dating ain't even really important no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do it if the person that's interesting to me comes across. You know what I'm saying? And gets my attention. Then yeah, but I'm like focused on the mission, and then like I guess when I get bored, I would like to go out from time to time. You know what I'm saying? My mission do be like, I can't just work.
Right.
But the people that you be wanting to see sometimes don't even be available when I got the time. So a lot of when I do that, that's when I go out by myself. I just treat myself, you know.
And sometimes that be better.
That's what my brother was saying.
Sometimes that's better.
You know, but that's why you're supposed to really be happy in a relationship, out of a relationship, in a marriage, not married. You know what I'm saying? You as a person, if you have value to yourself, you should be happy. You know what I'm saying? Or know how to make yourself happy.
Right.
You don't have to necessarily date or be married to be happy.
Slick says having two mates is IG trendy now.
Yeah.
That's swinging is IG trendy too.
Yeah, all that's IG trendy.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily say real life trendy.
You don't think it's real life trending?
I don't think it would really work.
Do you think sometimes IG spills over to real life?
Man, I think IG is, how can I say, the euphoric ideology that we would have in life. It takes that like to the extreme.
Like IG is the drug. It's
the
like, dopamine.
Like of
that
course,
we like in life.
Yeah, like man, ain't nobody shit me. 4 wives. You can get like.
You want to deal with 2 women.
Not only that, but can you get all 4 of them to want to live under one roof?
Who want to deal with 2 women on a regular basis? Now, you throw one in the frying pan every now and then, and you kick her ass out and don't see her for a couple months, maybe. But I want to deal with those 2 women on all time.
See, I'm like, how does that one wife know that she's special and meant something to you if you got 4 of them?
Because you give her 1 day a week, and you get the rest of them 1 day a week, and then you take off on Saturday and Sunday.
See, but you can't share love.
No, you don't think love's shareable?
Nah, you just pass it on to your children and your spouse. And it's a different kind of love that you have when it's intimate with your wife than it is for any of your road dogs, any of your friends, any of your relatives.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah.
You know,
and like, that's what I meant by relationship. The love is different.
And see, now I kind of see from what you were telling me with that 25 years, I understand probably why you wouldn't. You ain't gonna find that no more.
Right.
Or you know, you may, but it's gonna be different, and you would have to approach it differently. You will know from the experience of how to love because you've had that. But it's just gonna be a totally different relationship.
Right. Right.
And so, like me, that's how I treat. Since people are different, my relationships are gonna be different, and so some of them will be to an extent where I feel like I ain't gonna say I can't duplicate that, but I'll just be like, man, I felt a certain way. I don't want to feel that way again.
You know what I'm saying? You can love the same 2 people, like you have a spouse and another spouse, like you said, 4 women in the house. Let's just say you had 2.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can love this spouse and this spouse or person? Y'all in the same house, all y'all together, the same amount of love. Not the same type of love, but the same amount of love.
That's selfish.
But do you think it's possible?
I said if I did that, I would be selfish. I think it's possible, but I'd be selfish to do that. That's like having my cake and eating it too. I think that would be manipulating a woman. I mean, in other words, I would just be like, how the hell is this happening? Like, I would really be asking both of the women, like, y'all seriously letting this go down like this?
As they say, it's love and in love. Do you differentiate
Yep.
the two?
Slick is absolutely right. In love is when you want to be with someone, when you have feelings for someone, when you care about someone, and you could love someone, or be in love with someone that ain't in love with you. So being in love with someone is basically everything that love has, except you're not intimate with that person, and that person don't feel the same way.
Come on, in love or love?
In love, to a degree.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, you could okay, I get what you're saying. I was a little thrown off, but I get what you mean.
So, but like now, being in love, so like I say, some of them, I just differentiated, like I say, because you can love a friend, you know what I'm saying, that you have, just because you just like, man, you think about them sometimes, y'all get along, they've helped you in certain situations, you don't really see them in a physical way,
right,
but emotionally, they've helped you through tough times,
right,
gave you the right advice,
okay,
maybe told you not to quit or give up on that particular person that you were with, and what they said worked.
Okay.
You might have love for that person, but you ain't in love with that person.
I get what you're saying. Like, you're not gonna go all out for that person like you would if you was in love with the person.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're gonna go a little bit deeper when
or
you
will
love.
help them in a different way.
Yeah,
okay, you can still love a friend and help them, but
there's a limit.
Yeah, but the person that you in love with, if they tell you not to help that person that you
not
love,
gonna do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? The person that you love might not be able to, they can't convince you to tell the person, do nothing for the person that you in love.
Right, right.
Like I say, that's just love for that person.
Right.
So that's how it's differentiated. And then there will be times we will see that the person that you in love with gonna always supersede. They can break the bond of a person right there, because that love ain't in love,
it ain't
intimate love.
solidified.
Yeah.
Like in love already.
Yep. Oh wow, only one would be true love, the other is infatuation. Well, I would say only reason why I differ with that is because infatuation can only go one way. Being in love can go kind of two ways.
Is infatuation and lust the same thing?
Infatuation and lust, I think, are the same thing.
Think so?
But infatuation may be a little bit more obsessed with it.
Okay.
To be infatuated, I think you kind of
like
on the brain
like
more than
vibes.
like
okay.
Like you more invested in it.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm looking at this one. I don't believe you can love two people exactly the same way. You may love certain characteristics about one and other thing about the other. Yeah, nah. Okay. So I'm gonna do this from like a man's standpoint. He can love to do something or love the way something feels with some person, but detach the emotion and then love his wife. You see what I'm saying? In a whole nother way.
Right.
Because of the way something feels.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Meaning we can tweak our emotion and still love and not have it not have it affect us like how women are affected with their emotions. Okay, so in other words, I would say in this that the nurturing part that y'all have kind of makes you a little bit more vulnerable with your emotions when it comes to that than we are. So that's the only way we can probably split that, and that might not make sense to you all. Just like how when we be like, most men are wired to cheat, it don't make sense to y'all. It's one of them kind of things. But we should. The reason why it doesn't make sense to y'all is because we still have a brain and are able to decide, and we still know the difference in what I just explained to you in that kind of holding back on the emotional love part. Like, yeah, we know this, but we still do it anyway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So sometimes it's actually kind of cool for a man to be able to control himself like that, because think of it. Think about if men crashed out like how some women do with their emotions. We'd really be fucked up. Actually, you see it. I think it's in the form of them young kids that's shooting everybody. They get beat up and they can't take an ass whooping, so they just get emotionally and crash out and whap, just shoot somebody because their emotions just overwhelm them all at one time without thought process.
I think, me
Like,
personally, I think it's a misconception that women are more emotional. I think they might be just, but I don't think it's that much more emotional. Because we're emotional too.
I'll say this.
Let us find out. I mean, we talked about cheating, but that's an emotional hit right there.
So I was gonna say this, like, look, we emotional, but the man that can't control his emotions might end up hitting a woman, right? But when I say we're not emotional to the point when it comes from certain things with love, all right, you got cheated. If I got cheated on her, I got cheated on, right? I didn't bash the windows out of her car. I didn't scratch her car up. I didn't slash her tires up. I didn't bleach her shit. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? I didn't go on no kind of tantrum to fuck nothing up.
Right,
I
I
took
get what
it
you're
and I was hurt emotionally.
Right.
I didn't cry about it. I sucked it up and went out and got some women. Probably smoked something and took a shot, something, and maybe didn't want to eat for a minute, you know what I'm saying, for a damn day or something, you know what I'm saying, just to get over that sick ass feeling in your stomach. But I damn sure, like I say, I didn't go out there and cut all my hair off, dye my hair, or it's a new me now, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. We ain't gonna do that.
Right.
And so, with that being said, you know, I'm glad we're not necessarily geared to fly off emotionally like that from time to time, because we can hurt somebody if we do.
Right. I get what you're saying. It happens more than we think.
If you have room to fall in love with another woman, you do not love your wife. You just don't want to leave her because of your reasons. No. Because just like how Slick was saying, you know that person. You can love someone that piss you off. I mean, it's called unconditional. Like especially if you have a history with them, a child with them, or drama and traumatic experiences with them that made y'all have a bond. Sometimes you just have to love them from afar. But I will say this, I don't understand as men, like, why we hurt the women we love like that. Like, we know that's gonna do that. Yeah. My man Stan is like, men can't love more than one woman. Yeah, we do, especially definitely in other countries. So, because we have that appetite
in other countries.
Like, you might not like it,
right?
But we can, and it might not be right to you, but we can.
Right.
And just like women can play men. Now, I would say a woman may not love 2 or 3 men at the same time. I mean, however y'all feel, but y'all can damn sure play them. Right. And none of this, like I say, means it's right just because it can be done or because we can do it. It's just that in some kind of way, that's just how we are wired. Just like how we feel like we lose it all in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's why some men don't. Because we wired to want to win. We wired to not want to lose it all. We wired to want it all. But I ain't going to say we wired to be selfish. Because to me, like I say, if you have value, it's up to us to see that. But then again, what value does a woman have if a man got to do it all for her? See, so that's why sometimes it's a tricky game that's being played when we talk about what a man's responsibility is. Because if we doing everything, we taking what you're supposed to do off the table. Your only responsibility damn near is physical.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes.
I mean, to me,
Sometimes it's all it takes. If you, let me tell you something. some men, if you just physically freaky and everything, that takes a lot of stress. That takes a lot of stress off the table.
I need my lady to do what other women can't.
Right.
And what other women aren't doing. And
Right.
what other women won't
Let
do
me
right
think
now.
that's not what they doing.
So I mean, my woman is supposed to relieve me. You know what I'm saying? Relieve this stress off of me.
Right.
Like I'm supposed to come in and not want to get with another woman.
Right.
Because of you're there. So just like if you're supposed to come home and food is taken care of or something like that, I'm supposed to take care of these bills and these things like that. Hey, you know, I need to be taken care of then. You
Right.
see, you know, I might need a meal or something here and there. You know, I need some sexual healing here too. You know, because it's hard out there in them streets. It's hard keeping these women at bay. It's hard making
Right.
this hard labor. You know, I got the white man foot on my neck making this
Right.
money for you, baby girl. So what's happening for me?
Right.
What's on this table?
Right.
First of all, you can be on the table. You can be my meal. You my snack. You my dinner. Let's get this out the way then.
Right.
Then we'll get to them oxtails.
Right.
Hey, we had some fun, man. For either party, man or woman, cheating is selfish. Okay, this is what I'm liking to hear. Because that let me know that them old traditional values. All right, good. If my man Stan say cheating is wrong, then okay, I go with that. I really be listening to my boy Stan. That's like my OG. So obviously I know cheating is wrong, but it's still good to see the people on my timeline saying that because I like the traditional values. You know,
Right.
I like to respect somebody, to respect one another. I like to don't try to break up a happy home. You know, I like to. We don't need no side chick type. When more people start understanding that to want more, a sexual appetite to go outside of your relationship to get is a selfish behavior, then we will have better relationships. Because no one is saying you can't have a sexual appetite. Just have it with the one you with.
Learn her sex language.
Okay.
You know, give her the opportunity to try to fit them shoes that you might be looking for out there, or at least give her the respect.
Don't cheat on her to make her feel belittled. You don't. I mean, you know, communicate with her.
Okay.
And like I say, there really ain't no excuse a man can have for cheating.
You don't think so?
No. If
Like
he
the
ain't, if
sex.
he hasn't communicated with his woman and told her everything,
Okay.
or asked her to do these things and stuff like that, like, because a lot of the times they'll try to be like, oh, well, my woman ain't doing this. Nigga, you didn't even ask.
You ain't
Or
talking to
I'll
her
be
about
like,
it.
damn, well, what woman would want to do that? And I don't know. You don't even need to be married asking a woman to do that. You see what I'm
You
saying?
need to pay for that,
Or
eh?
something like that. You might have to go somewhere. You go confess
Right.
first.
And then come
You
back.
go find some dominatrix shit or whatever you
Yeah.
into. But you know, so yeah, like you know, a lot of times that be in the play. And so we're gonna definitely leave on that. No cheating.
Right.
Um
I'm with you on that.
let your woman know that she is valued. And let her know that you are a man of substance and value. I'm more like get to know the person before you date them. All right, then stretch it out. Then stretch it out. You know, if marriage is in the future, you know what I'm saying. But let that be your friend. Like, just, like y'all need to joke about shit. Y'all need to be sitting there talking about what y'all like and dislike in other folks and relationships as well as y'all's. Get it all out. Know the type of man she like. So you won't have certain curiosities. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you won't be thinking am I the man for her because she told you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. She gave you
Let
what
her
it
know the
was.
type of woman that you like. Let her know what you like being done. You know, let her know what you dislike. I think that helps. You know, a lot of the times, like you said, they want to try it before you buy it. Then you know what I'm saying? Toss it to the side without giving it more tries.
Right. We one hit a quitter.
See, I learned young, stop doing that. You know, you make women feel bad when you do that. And then some, you know, some might be wrong with you after a while when you do that. Like you won't know whether you can sustain a relationship if you keep doing that. And you're gonna put a bad vibe on you after a while. Like women can tell when you don't appreciate.
When you're a one hit a quitter.
I ain't gonna say if you're a one-hitter quitter because
Well, that seemed like one of them damn type of how can I say, them dancer type dudes, and like personal trainer type dudes. They give them type of vibes.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't give that vibe.
okay. Or a dude with money. Dudes with money could be one-hitter quitters because they got options.
Well, I mean, okay. So really what be determining in that is sometimes what you say to a woman, where you meet a woman, how you approach her. And see, like, a lot of the times I'll have conversations with women that I work with, and they'll say, well, you different because when you don't ask when I'm gonna get to come over or when you coming over, right when you talking to somebody, you literally have a conversation with somebody for weeks before it's when I'm gonna get to see you and all this.
Right.
But I'm like,
I gotta know if I want you even over my house.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I just be like, see, them young dudes be wanting to smash so bad.
Right.
You can get crash out. Like,
Right.
you got this girl coming to your house, or half the time it don't even be their crib anyway. Or they
Right.
with somebody, they rooming with somebody, or man,
Right.
like you could just tell, man, when you want it so fast, or if it's so urgent, something ain't right about the situation.
Right.
I'm like, man, slow down.
Right. I gotta know if I even want to be in your presence for that amount of
Can
time.
we talk on the phone? Can we
Right.
video chat? But what I will do quick, I'll meet up with you in a place, public place,
Mutual.
have a drink, check your temperature real quick. Then really I want multiple dates. I ain't necessarily the type that'll just leave with you on the first date.
Right.
I mean, young me, yeah. Older me,
Nah.
I mean, let me just talk to you a little bit more. Like, if you really wanted to leave with me, let's say I went out with somebody and they really wanted to leave. Now I'm like, damn. The reason why I'm be like, damn, is because I'm like, this is not material for me. Like, the material I want gonna make me wait.
Man.
You gonna say,
How
go
old are
over
you?
there and do
How
that.
are you? How old are you?
I'll be 48.
Yeah.
Go do it.
48.
I'll be 48 in September.
Oh well. Yeah. You gonna hit that 50, and you gonna change that tune.
So what you saying? I'ma turn into that. Let's go home tonight.
Yep. Let me tell you something. When you start reflecting on
What I could have had.
what you've done, where you're going, and where you are, and how many summers you've been through, how many summers you accomplished, and what summer you're in, and the summers that you have left, all that other stuff is just trivial.
So let me tell you something though. It's something you said, but this just came in my mind, and now I finally get it. Right, I get it. So we go out on that first date, right? And let's say I leave with her, right? That ain't gonna be if I waited, let's say 4 or 5 days,
Okay.
and got some chemistry, some intimate, like some vibe going on. It would be different because I waited, and because now I get to know her. Now I'm looking at what curves on her body, shit like this. I probably done did or said something to her. And, I can make it feel better or different now.
Right.
When you just go in at a first night off like He-Man off the liquor, it ain't that player shit no more.
I get what you're saying, but if it's her wanting and her suggesting, then it becomes a different thing. And then if you do right by that first time, it's gonna be another time. You're gonna have time to talk and get to know and caress and finesse and all that. And then the second time.
All right. So let's say if I leave on the first date like that, well, that meant that before we got to that date, the conversation was gravy anyway.
Exactly.
So then I see that possibly, yeah.
Right.
But what it meant is I took the time before we even met. In
Either
person.
Either that, or your conversation in those 2 hours that you talked to was just amazing. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, it's got to be something to let her know that she wants to go home with you.
Man, well, that's gonna be physical animal attraction right there.
Then you just.
But see, the thing is
animal attract that shit up. Then
man, but see, I like
I like the woman to be comfortable before I like the animal
She gotta
attraction.
be comfortable because she's telling you, "Let's go home."
Shit, me, man.
I mean, you have to read the vibe once you get there, because you don't want to be in no
See,
situation.
hey, man, some women be desperate. They'll tell you to come in there because they ain't got nobody coming through there for a while. I mean,
And sometimes you just have to be a plumber and clean them pipes.
Here we go.
You have to
Say I
be
a construction
Drano.
builder Bob in this bitch.
You have to be Mr. Drano and
Mr. Drano, huh?
clean out them clogged pipes. I mean, shit. Sometimes shit happens.
Man.
Maintenance man. Women need maintenance too. Shit. Tighten the boat. Loosen the screw.
See, man. I like what I like though.
I know you, I get that. And I used to be you. I want to know. I want to talk. I want to get to know you a little bit. I want to see what your likes and dislikes are. Now, fuck you.
See, this the thing, man. I can't see, like, there's a before.
They say Alex will give it up on the first night, on the first day.
There's a before, there's a beginning, and there's an after to this thing.
Right.
So the after be what I be worried about, man. Like, it's like you remember like in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker when she started taking all that shit off, man?
Right.
Like, okay, so I don't want to feel like that's what I'm feeling like I'm with when I'm finished with somebody.
Man.
So
sometimes you just gotta go with it.
throw caution to the wind.
Sometimes you just gotta live a little. Man.
I've lived a lot. That's what I've been
Okay.
trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, when do I learn?
But you don't even want to get married. You don't even know if you want to get married. So why waste your time on all this finessing and caressing and just get to the business until you decide that you want to go further and be married?
Business. Get to the business.
Then that's when you slow down.
The business.
Right.
Because I have to be prepared and ready. Because if you never started out with some type of romance, how the hell you gonna get married? You ain't gonna be able to keep your lady for long if you ain't been in no committed relationship at once. I think the longest relationship I was in was like 4 years. So I mean, I got
some
an
marriages
idea.
only last 4 years.
See,
Some
exactly.
marriages only last 90 days. So if you try to base on
Damn, not the 90-day challenge. That's
Yeah.
a challenge right there. That ain't no marriage and shit. That's a challenge, bro. That's almost like doing time in county jail or some
Right.
shit. But I just think, man, you know, like I said, I like what I like, and when I mean I like what I like, it ain't that it's got to be slow and I got to have all the patience in the world. It's got to be I'm looking for that one with that spark, that energy. Like when you find your match, or when you find that one that you be like, yeah, then yeah, you subject to do. You subject to do a lot. I want that one that just be that make me feel like, you know what? I said I wouldn't do this shit, but I'm doing it today,
okay.
and I ain't got that in a while, man.
If it's happened once, it can happen again.
Look at the man saying that
Yeah,
you
it
said
happened
you
once,
wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
See,
But that's me. I'm not you, and you're different.
but
And
everyone
and
that
you've
every
experienced things a little differently
yeah.
than what I was already married. So that spark shit I've already done and had and all that, and it didn't turn out to be fireworks. So even after 25 years, it was a dud. So because my thing is, I'm getting married to stay married.
Me too.
not
That's what I'm
getting married
saying.
To be divorced.
That's how I am. That's why I'm not really, you know, I gotta find someone that share that same oomph.
Do I even have 25 years left to give? Like, I want to fill those gaps in with shit I want to do too.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know, what about the friends with benefit thing? Like it's damn near like you married, like, but you just not. But y'all do everything.
People do that all the time, every day.
I know.
Friends with benefits is just what it is. You friends with benefits, and when you see me out with, we talked about this the other day. When you see me out with somebody, and I see you out with somebody, don't be tripping, cause we just friends with benefits.
See,
Yeah. We need to leave it on
yeah, I don't do that.
that.
Yeah, so all right,
I
yeah.
learned all this stuff recently.
So yeah, I'm learning. That's what I'm saying, man. Like this new age in
Right.
society, bro. Like I gotta figure this thing out, man.
Most
Like,
definitely.
but
You can't be a lover in today's society. You got to be a savage.
man,
Hey, it's either damn they either pimping or simping in this
Hey,
bitch down
you
here,
got to be
man.
a savage out here.
well, I mean, you know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be on the savage end before I be on that other end.
Yeah,
Cause
nobody wants to be a simp.
I'm trying to tell you. So y'all hearing it now? I'm about the time. I'm gonna be savage next week. We're gonna let
Yeah.
y'all know how
Nobody
that goes.
wants to be a simp. Trust me.
So
I've been that.
I'm a savage.
It pays off nothing.
I'm a shark in the dating game again, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all on that. I'll get back with y'all on how that go next week.
All right.
I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I might take this offline with one of y'all though. All right.
Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of liters of grams, get your dosed up, cut this up, post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates for them folk they can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in no trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that truth serum hooked directly through your vein. Hey, this is for my people. Tune in, catch it close up, close up, close up. Now close up, grams of it. Tune in, leaders of it, close up, pounds of it.